Hi everyone, welcome to the class. So in the last lecture we discussed on a very important topic which is word embeddings. So and there we talked about two techniques largely. One is word to vector and global vectors, right? What is the difference and how why they are used. So what basically it helps us in, right? So it has a lot of application we saw in for normal research or even for the business world, for marketers and managers to understand how consumers look at certain features of their product. Let's say what is their feedback, what do when they look at buy a product, what do they look in other support features. So all these things we understood through that. Then we also talked about feature engineering and what is feature engineering, why feature engineering is so important. We also discussed on that. Today we'll be getting into a very practical experience of how to now collect data and how to understand and utilize analyze this data, right? So till now we were into the mostly into the theory, but now we will be getting into a hands on experience. Okay, so today I'll be explaining about how to analyze YouTube comments on sustainable development goals. So this is my own work with my scholar, right? So what we have done is we have written a published a paper titled Understanding Public Sentiments and Misbeliefs about Sustainable Development Goals, a sentiment and topic modeling analysis. So my student Abhinav Verma and myself. So we have published this paper in the Journal of Information, Communication and Ethics in Society 2024. Okay. Now in this topic I'll show you the steps that we use to perform the data collection, text cleaning and text pre-processing in this research paper. Okay. Now let's start. So first, whenever you have a research topic in mind or any problem in mind, you start with your research questions. Okay. So in this case we had two research questions. The first one was sentiment and emotional analysis related. So what is it? Understanding the public's emotional responses to sustainable development goals through YouTube comments, analyzing positive or negative sentiments and 8 core emotions. So these are the basic 8 core emotions that you find always: joy, fear, sadness, anger, disgust, trust, surprise and anticipation, right? So the first research question was related to this. The second research question was related to topic discovery. So here we said identifying and analyzing the main discussion topics and themes emerging from these YouTube comments about sustainable development goals. Okay. Now what is next? So our methodology overview looks something like this. So there are 5 steps. The first step starts with data collection. So we collected YouTube comments on sustainable development goals, right? So there are several videos on YouTube. So you can choose any video of your related to your topic and you can scrap those comments at the end of those video, right? Below you can see surfacing those comments. So you can scrap those comments. Second step was data pre-processing. So when you collect this data, this text, it has to be cleaned and prepared, otherwise we have seen it can have lot of challenges. The third is we did sentiment analysis using NRC lexicon, right? The fourth point or the fourth step is topic modeling. So we applied BERT topic technique and to understand to create topic modeling. And finally was we did final analysis where we identified the key topics and insights. Okay. Now in the data collection process, so first you have to, for example in our case we have taken YouTube, you may take some other platforms also. So in this case we have taken YouTube was chosen for its large user base of over 2 billion monthly active users and valuable comment section for evaluating this SDG related dialogue. Okay. Sustainable development goals. Now what we did was we selected 35 videos which were identified using the keyword sustainable development goals, right, and sorted by popularity. So we sorted them by popularity, that you can also do. So after removing videos with disabled comments, 19 videos were screened for comment extraction. So you can use certain filters also on basis of date, recent videos or popularity, you can use some filters. Then data was scrapped from reputed channels such as the UN United Nations and TEDx, because TEDx talks are very popular due to their large following and influence on the public opinion. So, this was the data collection process. Now, after this, we will get into the exactly what we did, we will see that. Okay. Now, let us start. Now, let us go to the data collection process. So, first step, you go to appify.com. Now, we are not advertising for this website, but this website has lot of scrapers that can be used for various scraping tasks, such as scraping data from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, etc. You may also use some other methods, but I am using Appify because it is easy for me. My purpose is to do a research, conduct a research or understand, and I am not very comfortable with let us say other things like programming and all. So, I am using Appify for this purpose. So, you create a account, here, or you, if you have an account, you log in into the system. Okay. Then you search for YouTube. Okay. So, from wherever you want to collect your data, suppose you want YouTube, you could have typed YouTube, otherwise you could have typed some other things also, right. So, for example, anything in the search bar you can go for, besides YouTube also you can go for something else. So, after that you go to YouTube comment scraper. So, YouTube comment scraper, you go to this site and then paste the YouTube video link. You can do along with me. So, when I am doing, you also do something so that it helps you to understand and learn better. Okay. See, you can add multiple URLs. So, for example, suppose I want to add my second URL, I can add, add third URL also, but not required. We will just go for one now, but I just have shown you that you can add multiple URLs if required, right. Okay. Now, see, suppose you go to that video, there might be more than 2000, 1500, whatever be the number of comments. Okay. So, there can be 50 comments also, there can be 1000, but suppose we have seen that this video has 1480 something around comments, but because it will take too much of time. So, we have given a maximum limit of, let us say 500 only, right. We say only 500 comments. So, the first 500 comments will be extracted and then it will stop. Okay. Now, click on, once you, now you start. So, take your time, do it well, because it is a very nice way of learning and it is a huge source of data, So, your research can really get amplified, can become more accurate, much better, because with these techniques you can always do a convergence of whatever you have got, maybe suppose through some quantitative analysis. You can also check whether your qualitative analysis is doing the same thing or not, or even only a qualitative analysis also when quantitative is not possible. You can go for such kind. Now, you see, we have collected the data, right. So, these comments are coming here. So, I am scrolling the comments. So, almost we have 500 comments as we have mentioned, right. So, 500 comments we have, it is going on. So, now it is, if you can see the results, it is 180, it is showing now. And one interesting thing about Appify, let me tell you, is that it gives you up to $5 of free. So, you can, and for us, like doing some not very regular, so it is more than enough for us. So, that is free. You can extract data of that value. After that they charge you, but that is we do not require so much, right. Suppose you do one research work, so once only you will collect a data, twice maximum, that is I think good enough for you. Okay. So, let us say we have given it for 500, so it is 478 now. So, let us wait for another 2 or 3 seconds, it will complete. So, 500. So, now we have got our 500, and now you see, if when you come here at the bottom, so it gives you a possibility of exporting these 500 results. So, we will export this data set, there are several ways. So, let us say we will go by Excel, we will go with Excel, what do you say, transferring through Excel format. Okay. Now, once you have downloaded the file, now let us go to that Excel file, right. So, it has, okay, this is the Excel file which has been downloaded. Now, let us see whether there are 500 comments or not. Is this the same file, and has it been properly downloaded? Okay, okay, let us go down, scroll down. So, let us go down. Okay. So, now you can see it stops here, right, 500 comments. So, 500 comments now has been downloaded. So, we have collected 500 data. So, this is now your data that you have downloaded from the website. So, as I said, you can use any other platform also, like we have used YouTube, you can use something else also for your benefit, but this is how you collect the data. Okay. So, with this I will wind up here. So, today's data collection process is over. So, in the further lectures we will see how this data collection, after it has been collected, how it can be utilized for better purpose. Okay. Thank you very much. Take care.